shot. You see, had to take a shot. But remember, when I went down to Unity Health Food Store, that's across the street from Barnes & Nobles on P Street, the white folks was not sweating it. I think I told you this back in '97. They wasn't sweating the shots because the simple fact, they take that stuff, it's called fresh tuja leaf. And they take it the day before the shot, and they take it after the shot, and everything washes out of the body. So, because they established the laws to get us, they had to abide by the laws. So they wasn't sweating it, they just washed the stuff out of the body with the stuff called fresh tuja leaf. And the white girl went into the whole thing with me and told me that's what they do. That's what they do. But, so they come in all kinds of ways. Now, it's interesting here because black men are so-called coming down with all this prostate stuff. You know what I'm saying? But see, my point here is all we got to do is do case study. Was we coming down with prostate shit in the 60s? Or was we coming down with prostate stuff in the 50s and in the 40s? No, we don't start coming down with stuff when we start going to the damn doctors. All of a sudden, your weebie don't work. Now, this prostate thing, but it's interesting because when they did the study, the prostate gland is connected with the doggone third eye. And it's connected with the root chakra. So therefore, the prostate gland is a serious gland that has something to do with the rising of the kundalini energy, especially in males. So therefore, all of a sudden, we got prostate trouble. Very key. And when very key how this thing goes on. But my point here is, how is it that we don't catch this stuff in the 60s, in the 40s, even in the 70s? We started hearing about this prostate stuff in the 80s. Late 80s. It's like that diabetes thing. Now, I know it sounds stupid, but we didn't have no type 2 diabetes until the late 80s. That's right. Only person who had diabetes when I was growing up as a child had to be born with it. That's right. You know this nigga about sugar diabetes. You know, he got sugar diabetes. He was born with diabetes. Now all of a sudden this type 2 stuff, when you get on and gain a little bit of weight. But the point about it is I'm wondering if the type 2 stuff is based on when you go to that hospital. We're going to go into some of that stuff also, of what this stuff is. It's very key. It's very key what's going on and some things that they're dealing with. Now, it's interesting because they even said that diabetes is huge among children. First they said, well, wait a minute. Well, you know, they had them old diabetes, but now it's based on weight gain. But then they say it's an epidemic among children, and half the children are not obese. They didn't say it's an epidemic amongst obese children. You see what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden, it's based on this weight gain, this type 2. Now then they come down, then they came out with this. They said, well, if we put out one disease, because we got half America with type 2, we can cure type 1. So last week, 2 weeks ago, they announced that they're going to cure type 1. That's the one that the children of people was born with. You know, so they say we got a cure for type 1. Now type 1 was the one that she was born with. And they got a cure, but type 2 is based on weight gain, but they don't have a cure for that. The lighter one, type B, or whatever. You see. But they were saying that they got these new diabetes drugs that they're going to make millions out of. These are, you know that was on Tony Brown last week. Tony Brown asked the guy, isn't malpractice the #2 killer amongst Americans? You know, in America, or in the world. The white boy said, no, you got that wrong. He said this thing is #1 killer. He said, they're counting the malpractices and the stuff that go wrong. He said, what they ain't telling you is that's the misdiagnosis. Hey. But what they're not telling you is the stuff that they diagnose kill even more people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kill even more and more people. And you know that yourself because I said this in Cleveland. Because now we're seeing this thing right on your TV set because the pharmaceutical industry now is commercial now. So they got to advertise all this Zarcor, Zyban, this type of stuff. But at the end of the commercial, they got to do it. They got And he said, but basically, hey, it's commercial time for the pharmaceutical company. You see, the pharmaceutical company and the humans are the testing ground on this shit.